Good afternoon, good morning, good night, mid-afternoon, mid-breakfast, mid-lunch, mid-dinner. It is episode 30 of the Weekly Take podcast. I'm your host, Dominic Joseph, and once again, we are going to be talking about some NBA playoffs and some NFL headlines going on today in sports. Today is May 9th, 2019. And I can't be more excited than to be here and talk to you guys about what's going on. Again, this episode will probably not be as long as if I had someone like a guest here, but I'm going to do my best to give you guys everything of what I personally believe is going on, what I think, and my personal opinions on, Weekly Take. That's what it's about. We're here to listen to things that you guys are wanting to see what my stances are on things. So let's start it off by Drake mocking Joel Embiid after the Raptors shut down 76ers by 36 whole points. Okay, you're in the playoffs and you lose by 36. In 2K we have this thing. If you're losing by 21, you quit. So to me, the 76ers quit after they went down 21. Drake continued to mock Joel Embiid by doing I can't really do the whole thing, but the plain mocking thing, because that's what Joel Embiid does, when he's getting hyped up and hits Drake. He's going to be there. He's going to be an on-court presence. He's going to do all these type of things that, make it – he's just going to bring hype to the game, and you got to know that's what's going to happen, especially these 76er fans. They have Kevin Hart, who's usually their celebrity person. So that's just going to happen, and that's just how I think most of these things are going to happen. So – to go dive into that game, the 76ers ended up winning by 36. So that means the Raptors are up 3-2 in the series, and the 76ers will be home the next game because the Raptors are the higher seed. For those of you guys who don't know, the higher seed always gets the game 7 in the NBA playoffs, so it will go 2-2, 1-1-1 in the first divisional, and those kind of things. Moving into that, sorry, I just got a text on my phone. I usually put it on airplane mode, but it just kind of disturbed it there a little bit. But the thing is with the Raptors is that the 76ers just have no answer for when Kyle Lowry and Serge Ibaka can come in and at least get 12 points. It puts the 76ers in this position where they're like, oh, shit, we actually kind of have to guard them. And they don't have to put all their attention on Kawhi or Siakam and stuff or Danny Green. But when these other guys are making their shots, it makes it just really complicated for the 76ers defense because they think they're all dialed in on number 2, but in reality they got to focus on everyone. So I think that's what 76ers just played lousy defense, and I think they'll bounce back and get them next game. But for now, it's going to be in 76ers tonight, and I think it's going to be a great game. And I will give you guys coverage next week. By then, we will already be in the Eastern and Western Conference Finals, so we will definitely get to that game. And I'll try to post on my story and communicate with you guys on what you think is going on. Moving into that, so let's cross that game off the list there. Moving into the Boston Celtics and Milwaukee Bucks. Oh, wait. That was yesterday. Let's go into 2 days ago. So Portland and Denver. Denver ended up winning 124-98. Paul Millsap was a big help in this. I'm not a big Paul Millsap guy, but, I'm just – all it is me just being upset that they beat the Spurs. That's all it is. Sure, he's a great guy. Sure, he's a great player. But, when you have a veteran guy who can come in and score 24 points like that, and you let alone already have guys who can score the ball in Denver like Jokic and Jamal Murray, Craig, all these guys, it's going to make Portland just break down that pressure, especially if they don't have an answer for Jokic. They have Enes Kanter, they have Miles Leonard and all these tall white guys on their team, but it's just they're not doing anything to stop Jokic. And when at the end of the day, Denver is going to, surpass Portland a lot if that's going to be their case. So Denver leads this series 3-2. It's a pretty big series, pretty good thing going on. They got going on in Denver. I don't know if they're going to make it past the winner of Golden State or Houston. But it's cool to see that they're, a new smaller market team going into the higher rounds of the playoffs. So going into last night's games, we had the Boston Celtics and Milwaukee Bucks. Kyrie Irving, game 4, said he's not going to shoot anything like this anymore because he had a bad shooting game. He was 4 for 22, I believe. I'm not 100% sure on those numbers precisely. And then he somehow had a worse shooting night the next couple games, which I don't really understand. So Kyrie Irving, here's the thing. Kyrie Irving was brought to the Boston Celtics for the main reason he was brought to the Celtics is to help them propel in the postseason. And Kyrie Irving's always been great in the postseason, especially when LeBron was there in Cleveland, and him and LeBron were there in Cleveland. And that's what they're like. We want that on our team because that will get us to the next level. And to be honest with you, it didn't happen. So I don't know what to say about that. And they're now eliminated. Milwaukee will go on to the Eastern Conference Finals after whooping on the Celtics 116-91. Brad Stevens took the hunk of the blame, of it, but it's Kyrie's fault to me. I'm sorry, Boston, but I got to put the blame on Kyrie Irving. Great guy, but they needed a little more from their captain, and it's a team sport. I understand, but the pie chart, it's going to be mostly Kyrie, but I understand, his teammates want to say it's their fault too, but they need a little more, push from Kyrie. Moving into the next game that happened yesterday was the Houston Rockets against Golden State Warriors. Kevin Durant actually got a calf strain. Everyone was worried it was going to be an Achilles, but we were alerted by Steve Kerr that it will be a calf strain, and that could definitely make him, miss the series, possibly more of the Western Conference Finals if they go on in this. Golden State is now up 3-2. They're going into Houston now. There's some controversial calls, like Klay was out of bounds and stuff like that. And to be honest, I looked at it as, that was a, missed call. But the Warriors wanted this game more. Steph Curry missed a shot, and he was able to get the rebound right away. When there's 3 Rockets right there, you got to make that offensive rebounded play or defensive rebounded play to prepare yourself into the next series to limit it within 4. James Harden disappeared. He wasn't shooting the ball. There wasn't a lot going on, for the Rockets, like rebound-wise. They just aren't getting the rebounds right now, and that's the reason why they're losing this series is offensive rebounds are killing them. KD's on the floor. He's going to get rebounds, but, where is Clint Capella? He said he wanted the Warriors. I want the Warriors. Or no, he didn't say it like that. Clint Capella was like, we want the Warriors. Do you? Do you really want the Warriors? It don't look like it. You guys are down 3-2, or 2-3. Did you guys really want them? Nobody really knows. So tonight's games will be the Sixers and Raptors in Portland and Denver. I'm going to give you guys my predictions right now. I believe the Denver Nuggets are going to close out Portland, and I believe the Raptors are going to close out the Sixers. I just think the 2 teams that are going to win that. It's cool to see that they're both the 3 seeds. No, I lied. Portland is they're not that high of a seed. I was looking at the series numbers. Raptors are the number 1 seed, so I'm going with the higher seed on that one. Same with Denver. I think they're going to close out Portland. Sorry about that little mix-up there. Moving into the headlines of the NBA, so a little bit, we got some playoff stuff and some coach stuff. Nick, wow, I almost said Nick Kerr, his son. Moving into Steve Kerr, he believes that Klay will stay in Golden State. I think he has an opportunity to stay, but I think Klay Thompson should go to Milwaukee. Yeah, Giannis is like a younger version of LeBron. He needs a shooter that can make these shots, and he's a smaller market team. He's going to get a lot more attention. I think it would be really cool if Klay Thompson went to Milwaukee, but I feel like he'll go to probably LA maybe. It's either he's going to stay in LA or he's going to go to stay in Golden State. I don't think he's going to leave the Bay Area or LA. Brogdon expected to be back for Game 5. That's a big headline for them, but, I don't think it's going to be too much of a big deal for them. Moving into the next part, the Nuggets crushed the Blazers. We talked about that. The Raptors blew out them by 36. We got that. Jokic has been getting chippy lately. He's been getting kind of like in people's faces, and a lot of people are like, what the hell? This guy's fucking pushing me and doing all this kind of stuff, and he's just, he's just trying. He's in that mode. Some guys have that demeanor when they're playing that they just want to fucking be pissed off, and that's how they thrive in it. Draymond Green's a great example for, like, he plays his element of basketball by being upset or getting in your face or trash talking. That's just the way they play. Yes, I don't like playing on the courts with people who are like that, but that's just how some people are. And in the NBA, you're going to get people who do that, and you're going to get people like Tim Duncan who don't say a single word. It's just the wide variety of people in the NBA and the wide variety of human beings there are in the world. So can the Nuggets close it? Yes, I believe they can. I don't know if Portland is going to be able to close this or come back, especially going to have to win in Portland and then moving back into Denver and go steal it from them Game 7. So I think Denver will win that. Jimmy Butler said it perfectly for the 76ers. We laid an egg. And they laid an egg, and they couldn't really get anywhere going on as a 76er. They had Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, Jimmy Butler, Tobias Harris. Those four right there, you should not have a problem in the Eastern Conference. And I'm tired of hearing, oh, well, blah, blah, blah. You guys need to be balling out because you guys have probably the best 5 lineup in the league, or in the Eastern Conference at least. So that's it about the 76ers. But the last thing I want to leave you guys with for the NBA is Damian Lillard says, we have no choice but to play our best. And to be honest with you, the sky is blue during the day when there's no clouds. Yes, Damian Lillard, you guys have to play your best. I hope to see a Game 7 because Game 7s are always the most hype, especially going into the Western Conference Finals. There's a lot on the line. But that's kind of a no-duh. So cheers to the Portland to make it a good series tonight. So breaking news, I had all this written out overview yesterday. The Seahawks are the front runners for Ezekiel Ansah, and today they landed Ezekiel Ansah. What a good signing for Seattle. I am 100% excited for them. This is a good signing for after getting, not signing Frank Clark to a deal. I think Ezekiel Ansah is going to bring some good youth and some good defensive line, just motivation and some veteranship to them. Great pickup by Seattle. Yes, very great. Philadelphia Eagles are open and extending Wentz. I don't know why they wouldn't. This is like, I've said this a lot of times, like we see what happens when teams don't have a quarterback. You're not in the conversation. So, yes, Eagles extend him. Odell Beckham wants the Browns to be the new Pats, and that is a really big thing to ask, and I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but the chances of that happening, Odell, I'm sorry, man, but I'm not seeing it happen. You guys just got to focus on delivering this season, and then we'll talk about a dynasty, but until then, it's not going to happen. I don't think personally, but it would be cool to see, even though I'm a Ravens fan in the AFC North, I would want to be the Ravens. But if, Browns become the new Pats, that'd be cool. I just don't see it happening. Jason Pierre-Paul's neck might miss the season. This guy's always been going through something injury-related when he lost his hand due to some fireworks. Kids don't light fireworks with your hands in them. But no, he might miss the season. That's going to be big for New York. That's the last thing they needed is to hear one of their veteran defensive linemen is going to be missing. The Cowboys might be closer to a new Dak deal. Pay the guy. I think Dak, a lot of people like to give Dak Prescott a lot of heat because he doesn't throw it more than 10 yards, and which is a big thing. But when you have Ezekiel Elliott and your offense is tailored around how you play like that, he's obviously been doing good. He had one of the best rookie seasons, besides Cam Newton and Ben Roethlisberger, Peyton Manning. He had a very great team. That line very well helped him. Same with that defense, but I think he's a good quarterback. I like Dallas and Dak Prescott, just their relationship with each other. And Ezekiel Elliott is a talented running back. In no means am I a big Cowboy fan, but I do respect that their offense is pretty fun to watch some games when they're not playing a team I like. And lastly, for the NFL, news-wise, Joe Flacco is currently mic'd up while practicing with athletes from the Special Olympics. And this isn't like a big headline to some people, but when players do this kind of stuff, it always kind of make me feel really good about it in the league and where it's going, because there's been some really dark spots sometimes, but to see a quarterback doing stuff for the Special Olympics, that always is really cool. Even if it's not even a player, if it's just someone doing it, it's always really cool to see. Cheers to Joe Flacco and the Denver Broncos for doing something great for the community. Underrated teams to watch out for. This is my underrated teams. I think I've been reading up on some underrated teams articles on Bleacher Report, ESPN, NFL.com, and these are the ones I could really pull from. So I got the Bills. That offense is very underrated with the new quarterback they just got in, Josh Allen, and I think it's going to be a good team. And their defense is young; they have a good secondary, and I just think it's going to be a good team to watch out for. And also, I hate to say this too, the Pittsburgh Steelers. They got James Conner still, Juju, Big Ben. They still have a good defense with TJ Watt back there. They're still going to be a good team. The Packers, you can't write off the Packers. They got Aaron Rodgers. They got some weapons in the draft this year, and they're making great moves. You got to watch out for a team with Aaron Rodgers. It's just how it's going to happen. The 49ers in the NFC West, that's going to be a big thing with Tevin Coleman. That's a big signing. Jimmy G. They addressed the draft with some receivers. It's going to be good for them. I'm really excited for the 49ers. Maybe the Seattle 49er rivalry will kind of start back up. I think the Texans are going to be good. This is kind of one of the last years before they got to start paying people. D-Hop, Deshaun Watson, Lamar Miller. They have a great offensive core, and they have a chance to go far. J.J. Watt's still on the team. Jadeveon Clowney's still there. Merciless is still there. I love the Texans. And then I also got the Ravens and Texans on the bottom end. Disregard my Ravens one because I'm just really biased. I think they're going to be great this year. Earl Thomas is there. Mark Ingram is there. But Marquise Brown from the first-round pick in the draft for the Ravens is going to be a great pick. But I'm really excited to see the Redskins defense this year. It's going to be fun to see Landon Collins back there. I think it could be like a really cool it's going to be a new change of scenery because the NFC East has been kind of just all the Giants and Cowboys lately. So hopefully the Redskins really kind of bring it in because when Kirk Cousins was there, it was really more diverse a little bit. Philly is also there too. They've won the Super Bowl, but the NFC East has always been those three. I haven't really seen much of the Redskins. So cheers to the Redskins, and hopefully they do great. This has been episode 30 of the Weekly Take podcast. It's been about 16 minutes for this show, and I want to thank you guys for listening to the whole episode if you guys managed to get this far. Again, comment away, message me away, call me. Whatever you guys want to talk about sports, I'd love to give you guys a spiel. Just been really busy on school lately. But I made a promise to you guys I'm going to get an episode out every Thursday. So until, these episodes get longer, we get another guest here and there. Have a great one. I will see you guys next Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. This has been Weekly Take Podcast with me, Dominic Joseph. Have a fantastic day.